Hi, and welcome to this video about how to pick the right real estate agent for you. My name is Doc Denton, and my wife Tracy and I are both realtors in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So you're ready to sell your home. Now what? Well, it's time to find an agent that will represent you in this transaction. And now you're wondering and asking yourself, where do I find the right agent for me? This sounds easier said than done. And it can be, but not all agents are created equal. We hope that you will choose us to be your guide through the home selling process. I know. You're asking what makes us the best choice for you. Well, I'm glad that you ask. We love listing homes. We only work with a select number of sellers at a time so that we can give you the individual attention that we would want if we were in your shoes. Many agents are simply too covered up with clients to give great service and attention. Some are even doing this part-time. In this market, where homes are coming on the market and sometimes going under contract in the same day, sometimes even within a few hours, I'm sure you will agree you would want to position yourself in the right path to make your home one that gets seen by as many buyers as possible. It seems with today's booming housing market, everyone thinks they can jump into the real estate industry. There are roughly 2,500 real estate agents in our area. There's some that do it full-time, some that do it part-time. There are some individuals and some teams alike. There are some that go above and beyond and some that simply do not. Unfortunately, what we see is many people do not even know that they have chosen the wrong agent until their listing sits idle on the market and it goes stale. We see listings with not enough pictures, or even pictures that do not show the home's main features, such as a water view if there is one, or even a third-car garage. There's nothing more frustrating about looking at a listing and seeing description to follow, and the listing's been on the market for, let's say, 10 plus days. Of course, if a seller does not know this is not the norm, then the seller doesn't realize they have chosen the wrong agent. Don't be that seller. Be informed, be involved, ask questions. Questions. Did someone have a question? Yes, you in the back with your hand up. Do you have a question? Question 1. How long have you been a realtor? I've been licensed since 2015. Now, some people give a lot of weight to the amount of time someone has been in the business. We are not saying that you might not stumble across a great agent that just got their license last week. I was there one day. We are just saying typically, if an agent has survived for more than 24 months, they will make it long term. Unfortunately, there are so many that jump in thinking they were making lots of money, not realizing the amount of time and effort that's really needed to be successful. Look for someone that has at least some experience and are not using you for their learning curve. This could cost you thousands. Number 2, are you full-time or part-time? We are 100% full-time realtors. We eat, drink, sleep real estate from sun up to sundown. This is maybe more important than you realize. Often, those part-time agents miss out on important things about the transaction because they were too busy working their primary full-time job. A delay in a response on a text or email from a buyer's agent with an interested buyer could be the difference in selling or not. Number 3, how many transactions do you close in a year? An average agent closes under 5 per year. Top agents with assistants close around 50 per year. We are usually around 40 per year. Now keep in mind, when talking to a large team that says they close over 300 transactions per year, that they probably have 30 agents working under them, and each of those agents are selling roughly about 10 homes per year. Number 4, how many listings do you currently have? Well, this is one to be wary of. Sure, the agent who has lots of listings looks like the agent that you would want to list with, but they most likely are the ones who just put a sign in the yard and hope a buyer comes by. Don't be just another number. We try to stay around a handful at a time. This allows us to give you that individual attention to your listing. Number 5, do you know the area well? How familiar is that agent to the area? Do they know where your home is in proximity to, say, a hospital, the interstate, schools? I was born in 1974 in Brainerd and have lived in and around the area from Eastridge to Hickson to Red Bank to Ottawa and even some in North Georgia. I've never lived anywhere other than here. I know the area very well, so I consider myself an expert. There's no issue with people learning, but probably not at your expense.
Okay.
Question 6. How familiar are you with my price range? Most agents can work across a wide variety of prices, but if they typically sell $750,000 houses and you have a $350,000 home, then they might not make you a top priority. Now, similarly, if they have never sold anything above $100,000, then they might not know how to effectively market your $250,000 home. We have experience in all price ranges and give each house that we list a marketing strategy that best suits that particular home. Number 7, how will you determine my listing price? Most agents will do a comparative market analysis or what's called a CMA of your home. This gives the best snapshot of the previous home sales in your immediate area. In some cases, it might be recommended to have a pre-listing appraisal completed to further ascertain a value for homes that are unique or remote, where comps cannot substantiate a reasonable value. Number 8, how do you plan to market my house? This is an extremely important question. You don't want someone who will just put up a for sale sign in your front yard. A good realtor will have a solid portfolio of tactics that they will use to market your home. Some of those tactics that agents will use include putting your home in the MLS listing, advertising, hosting open houses, print advertising, and flyers, as well as placing your home on their personal and brokerage website. We realize every home is different, and although many things that we do are across the board, we also create a custom marketing plan for every home we list, and we will talk more in detail about your listing when we get together. Number 9, will you have open houses? Well, this depends entirely on you. Is an open house something you will want? I know several agents who refuse to do open houses. I also know some that just come and hang out in your house for 2 hours while it's open, but they really do not engage the attendees and try to sell your home. We will talk more about how we conduct our open houses when we get together. Do you use a showing service? Yes, we do. A showing service is a third party that coordinates buyer's agents and their client to your listing for a showing request. This is usually done through a link in the listing in the MLS. A buyer's agent requests a time to show the property, and then the service contacts you to approve or decline the showing. After the showing is complete, the buyer's agent is then emailed requesting valuable feedback be returned without the need to chase it down. Some agents handle these requests on their own without the use of a service. Be wary of that agent, and here's why. Let's say a hot buyer's in from out of town. They're looking at the house down the street. They didn't even know your home was on the market, but they would love to try to see it while they were in the area. By using a showing service, you are contacted immediately, being able to grant the request for the showing. By not using a showing service, the listing agent is contacted directly, and let's say because their phone was in the car while they were in a Zumba class, that you never find out about the buyer that got away. Number 11, if I need you, can I speak with you, or are you going to pass my listing off to someone else? Simply put, we are what you get. If you call us, you get to speak with us. If you text or email us, we are the ones who respond. A lot of agents have admin folks or assistants that once they have your signature on the paperwork, they turn you over and are never heard from again. Number 12, do you use a professional photographer? While every listing might not be in need of a professional photographer, most of them are. We have several different photographers that we use to make your home look like $1,000,000, even if it is not a $1,000,000 listing. There's a huge difference in the quality that a cell phone picture just cannot compare. And be wary of the agent who pulls out the cell phone for your professional pictures. They are probably not the professional you wished to hire. Number 13, how will we communicate? Again, this is entirely up to you. We use phone, text, or email, whichever you prefer. Of course, what is important about that question is that we do communicate in a timely manner. My hope is that you will now be a little bit more educated with the knowledge to select the right fit for you. Let's talk about your listing. We add new content regularly, so please don't forget to hit the subscribe button.